Elena Erickson?
What are you doing with my house?
What's going on?
Your father, Jacob Holbrook. When was the last time you spoke to him?
When I was 10 years old.
I'm confused. I thought your parents died in a car accident.
That's what I told you.
The Marsh King's Daughter, a brand new movie out in cinemas. And I thought, hey, why not talk about this movie out in nature? But no, the real reason is because I don't have a lot of time to sit down and talk about this movie with the Marvels coming out and so many other movies. And I want to talk about Attack on Titan, of course, that just aired. But yeah, so many things to do, so little time. So I just thought, why not film like this? And I'm testing out the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well. Hopefully this looks good. I would film the other way, but it's just so hard to walk filming vertically, which, if you guys know me, I hate. So this is going against everything that I stand for. This is a movie that is based on I guess a book, a novel, maybe a series. I don't exactly know, but I've got to say that this movie, it felt very special. I thought it was really unique in what it was trying to do, just because I don't see a lot of movies like this. A lot of the movies these days are all superhero movies. So this one just kind of stood out to me, and I kind of enjoyed it because it was different. But that doesn't really mean that the movie itself was grandiose or cinema per se, but it was a fun time. I'd say that this is a movie that you'd probably want to catch on streaming, nothing you have to shell out some money for, but there's a lot to enjoy about this movie. It's a very simple story where it's about the Marsh King's daughter, and the Marsh King is this criminal who kidnaps a woman, takes her into the forest, has a family with her, and their family's like ingrained into like living out in nature in the woods. And it's basically a kidnapping story and a coming of age story for the daughter, because once they are finally rescued and they have to live out their life in suburbia or the real world, it's kind of a hard transition. And so as we're going through this journey, we're following the Marsh King's daughter and her struggles through life and how she's experiencing this culture shock and just really managing a normal life with a lot of essentially PTSD from what she grew up with. But there's a lot of really emotional scenes that connect back to that time when I mentioned the PTSD. It's very, very beautiful, but I just wish the cinematography would also add to that as well. And a lot of the cinematography likes to focus over on like the woods, the nature, and a lot of those shots, they weren't even like that pretty, but like I understood what it was trying to do. It was trying to engross you into the film as to where like the characters were at, and it did make you feel kind of isolated, and I did like that. And there were some shots where the drones flew into like some of the tall grass and you could see it hit. I'm like, oh no, come on. The cinematography, it both hits and misses at the same time. Something I just realized while talking about this movie while walking, it kind of feels like, it feels easier to get my thoughts out while just being active and walking. And I don't know, I kind of want to do this more. Otherwise, I think like my best thoughts come in the shower, but I don't think I'm gonna be making a video like that. Something that I personally liked about this movie was the fact that we got to see Daisy Ridley acting again in action. Seeing her outside of Star Wars and the Star Wars fame, I thought that was really fun. I loved seeing her performance. I think she did a really good job. And even all of the side and minor characters and her daughter per se, they all did such a great job acting wise, and it made everything feel a lot better. One thing I do wish I could change about the movie would be the interactions between Daisy Ridley, the mom, and also her daughter as she's struggling to survive this new life in the real world. Because a lot of what we see with the daughter and her, it's not something for someone like me. I'm an individual male, not married, I'm in a relationship, don't have kids. So I really wanted to feel that connection more so with Daisy Ridley and her daughter in the movie. But I just feel like it was very much lacking, and I wish that we just got more perspective on that, where I do believe that if a mother and daughter went into this movie, they could go into it and appreciate it exactly for what it is, and they can get more of an understanding of it. This movie may not be exactly for you, but that's not to say that there aren't many things about this movie that you can't appreciate. The decisions that they make in these movies, I'm not entirely a fan of, especially the main character. She makes some very, very poor decisions, especially near the end of the movie, where it costs her a lot, which I do like. The repercussions behind her decisions cost her quite a lot. We needed just more time to develop and blossom out with. So seeing the loss, it didn't really impact me as emotionally as well. Same thing going on with her relationship with the daughter. I just wish we got some more time to see some of that character build up and that character growth. But overall, The Marsh King's Daughter, I thought it was actually an exceedingly just well-crafted movie. I enjoyed my time with it. It was something different, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. Despite all of the issues I had with this movie, it felt different enough to make me think, okay, this is a good movie. And despite it also being based on a novel, which a lot of these movies based on novels, they aren't the best, but this movie, I think it does it differently enough to make me actually be interested in the characters, in the story, and there's just a lot of relatability in this movie as well. So while I can't recommend this movie out in cinemas, I do say maybe check this out on streaming at some point if it ever does release, or pick it up at a Redbox. I think it's a fun little watch, and for that specific audience it's meant for, I think this movie is really gonna hit home. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for my movie review of The Marsh King's Daughter. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. It's a little bit different than my other videos, that's for sure. But yeah, be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. And also let me know in the comments, have you guys seen this movie? What'd you guys think about it? Also, there should be some other videos, movie reviews for you guys to watch on screen. Be sure to click on that as it does help out with growing the channel. My name is Austin, rhymes with Boston, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This was a weird video. Take care.